according to new statistics in this. Is this the end of marriage? Is it the beginning of a new way of life for people? What do you think?
Marriage is already done. It's already done. It's over with. What we have today isn't marriage anymore. The average marriage is 7 to 8 years.
What's up, YouTube? Today we are covering how the modern feminist movement is actively destroying local Western marriages. So let's get into it, shall we?
That's a very good point.
Yeah, so marriage today isn't marriage, and honestly, marriage is a modern death sentence for a lot of men. You know, men are nine times more likely to commit suicide after a divorce.
Really?
And I think it's underreported, actually. I think it's higher than that because, you know...
Men get upset very easily.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that men are abused in the family court system.
I think that's a very unpopular...
We should remember the Fathers for Justice thing. The Fathers for Justice.
I don't think you guys could really live to be as old as you are, no offense, and not have seen someone really go through it in the family court system. So I
agree. Listen, I agree totally with what you're saying.
And you say marriage should be for life. You sign a contract of vows.
Well, it should be, but it's not.
You can't tie somebody to something for life.
Well, don't sign the contract then.
Well, I agree. But what's going to happen in the future if marriage is dead? Family life is dead. We're not bringing enough new citizens into the world. What are we going to do?
I mean, I can't solve it, but...
Well, personally, I agree. I definitely do believe that local Western marriages right now is a modern day death sentence for a lot of men, especially when they get abused by the family court system. Like, let's face it, the local male suicide rate, that does not lie. It really doesn't. But I'm also willing to push it a little bit further and say that local Western marriages that clearly do not have immigration laws added on top of their, family court laws is pretty much the modern day version of slavery. The reason why is simple. What do you call a marriage where one party, in this case, it's the woman, obviously, because of the divorce rates, has 0 to no intentions on ever truly committing to her end of it? Yeah. What exactly do you call that?
Have you got any children?
What is the future going to be? It's going to be a lot of single parents.
A lot of old people.
It's going to be a lot of single parents, and it's going to be a lot of people without children.
Yeah.
So,
but the world needs to depopulate, apparently.
I don't believe that.
Some of the world maybe, but
Elon Musk says we need more, doesn't he? So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, feminism has won. And
how do you? We were talking just before to a counsellor, a lady called Mandy Clare, who was thrown out of a debate. She was a counsellor in a debate about women's issues, and she was thrown out because she wanted to talk about transgender views. It seems to me that we as a nation or a society, not us, are becoming very kind of so-called politically correct wokeist. You can't upset anybody. You can't tell somebody they're doing wrong. And yet the whole foundation of society is sort of falling apart. Not falling apart, falling apart.
So what's the question?
So the question is, what can we do to bring it back?
I'm a happy pessimist. I don't see it coming back anytime soon. I think that society will just crumble. And, I think eventually it'll crumble so bad that people will go back to their traditional gender roles. I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime.
What about the States compared to this country? I mean, you live here. It's worse. Isn't it worse there? Is it?
Not really. It's like the same.
So what will you do? Stay in this country? Because there are some countries that haven't got it.
Not really. I've interviewed people from around the world, and the countries that haven't got it, they're moving in that direction.
And they're authoritarian governments, the ones that don't have it.
So if there's nothing
good luck.
We can do.
Even them. I mean, you can't undo social media. Social media.
Well, to answer the question of where are things going to move on right now from this point, well, Japan has already seen it, where we're going to have a lot of towns becoming ghost towns, as more men are just opting out of local Western marriages and refusing to have kids with these ladies. And and also to answer the question of like, hey, what can we do about it? Oh, I don't know. We could try holding women more accountable for their behavior and their actions on how they treat men. Because that's literally the root of the issue, is not holding women here in the West accountable for how they treat men as a direct result of the feminist movement. After all, why do we think that the whole believe all women thing exists? Or why do we think that there's this very biased narrative going on how women are the pure and innocent victims of the world and men are the source of all things evil? What do you think?
Given freedom to date, they date 5, 10, maybe 20% of men at most. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see more women sharing men, either as side chicks.
Men won't like that.
Maybe multiple wives.
Men won't like it, but men have done it for years.
What do you mean?
Men have always had, I was going to say a bit on the side, that's not really, but most men have from the traditional sort of form of marriage, a lot of men have had a couple of flings, during the marriage.
The top men, yeah, but the bottom, like,
can they not do it?
No, one out of 3 men under 30 are sexless.
Really?
They haven't had either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. Is that because of the internet? Well, it's because women will always, a girl can turn 18 and she can get flown out by a billionaire to Dubai. These are the where before she would marry her high school sweetheart. These are the.
This is basically your view. It's very unfair. Men go to war and die. Men do the tough jobs, and women have had it easy. Is basically what you say.
Yeah, I mean, compared to men, I think a man's life is much harder than a woman's life.
I'd agree with that.
I'd agree. And you also agree. You think women shouldn't get the vote?
No, I don't think women should.
Why
vote.
not?
Because we're not doing the equal amount of work. I think if you have a right, it should come with the responsibility that comes with it. So if you have the right to vote, you should be contributing either tax-wise, maybe doing some of the infrastructure jobs, and I can compromise on this. It could just be net taxpayers. But let's just be honest, women have a lot of debt, and women are not.
They do actually factually have more debt than men.
They own 80% of the world's debt, so we're spending more money than we're making, and we're doing a lot of the useless jobs.
And it's on our credit cards.
Why are you going around talking about this? Surely what you should be doing is finding a nice man, getting married, and behaving in the way you think everybody else should. Instead of becoming out an anti-feminist who goes out and speaks about it all the time.
Really, you're pro-feminist in a way.
Well, I'd like to get married, so I'd like to get married and have kids.
I don't think while you've got this this view, if you talk in my ear again, I will sack you. Sorry, beg your pardon. I mean, if you have if you have these views, should you not be actually looking for a man? I mean, I presume you've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
What does he think?
He likes this stuff, actually. Like, he's a fan. He would do. So
most men probably agree with, apart from woke virtue.
So.
What do other women say?
As soon as you find somebody you want to marry and settle down with,
well, it's the man's choice. I think marriage is a tough sell nowadays for men.
Do you want your boyfriend to pop the question? You do, don't you?
I mean, eventually.
How long have you been, stepping out with him?
Okay. I don't want to go too much into it, just because the internet's
he wants you to propose to her.
But
yeah, I'm going to have to agree that local Western marriage is a very tough sell for a lot of men. Like, it really is. And the feminist movement is responsible for that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, as a direct result of the feminist movement, in order for a local Western woman to get married, she needs to offer something to a man that's going to convince them to completely overlook all of the very serious dangers that goes in play with a local Western marriage. Where with an international marriage, on the other hand, aka being a passport bro, you literally have immigration laws added on top of your already pre-existing family court laws that no family court judge has the authority to overturn. Quite literally. Like, I've seen men who got women pregnant overseas, and they don't have to pay for child support because the family court system does not have authority in other countries. It really does not. Like, the family court system in America, it does not have authority in countries like Dubai or Thailand, Colombia, you name it. Like, their authority is very much limited to the country that it's in. It really is.
A proposal to her, are you asking me?
No,
Oh, right, okay, fine. I dropped off.
Yeah, no, I like him, so I hope it works out.
That's the first.
How long have you been going out with him?
Not super long. It's new, so.
If you got married and if he was having a bit of a fling on the side, would you want to get divorced? Or would you appreciate that maybe men are a bit like that?
No, I think women should work through infidelity. You know, there's extreme cases, right? But I think in general, women should.
But
work
you
through
blame that on
infidelity.
the man's infidelity. You will blame on the woman. I've heard
A
you talk
lot,
about
a lot of times, yeah, because
Yeah.
you know it's very common for women to not sleep with men after they get children.
Yeah.
So, you know, they get the kids they want. You know, I've interviewed guys that didn't have sex with their wives for 10, 15 years. And my question is, well, what did you expect?
But you know, sex,
Is that feminism that's
sex,
done that?
hang on, sex is not the be all and end all of marriage.
Well, it is to some men, isn't it? 'Cause
Well, no.
you
Well,
don't get it. It's a right to a
would
divorce.
would any man get married if he knew there would be no sex?
No, I suppose it's
No.
an age thing as well. You get to Ash's age and it sort of falls off.
Well, you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
No, I mean it comes back though, doesn't it? When you get to your age.
I'm not actually prepared to discuss it.
Well,
You know,
But basically, you're saying the woman should satisfy the man, and he won't leave. Is basically what you're saying.
most men, yeah.
I think
but
that's
most
true.
men.
Well, exactly. In fact, when you look at what a marriage contract actually says, you're going to notice that a marriage contract does not give any real exceptions for when one of you is feeling sexual and the other is not. And like I said before, if a woman is not willing to accept that reality of marriage, marriage is not for you, ladies. Sorry, but that's just the reality. Your marriage contract gives no exception for when one of you is feeling sexual and the other is not. And if you're not willing to accept that, guess what? Marriage in reality is not for you, ladies. It definitely is not. So if your husband cheats on you because you refuse to have sex with him, guess what, ladies? That's on you. That is not on your husband. That could have been avoided if you had just committed to your end of the marriage contract, which you clearly did not.
See, just and women are to blame for this because a lot of women like
That's what she's saying.
a little bit maybe of titillation every now and then while
Can you
the
say that
husband is
this
away,
time of night?
and they have a really nice relationship with their husband. They're super friends. They enjoy a little bit of sex here and there, but every now and then on both sides, maybe they like just something different. Is
Like,
that bad?
on both sides cheat, are you saying? I don't
We
understand.
might not use the word cheat.
No,
some
yes,
people
that's what
actually,
he's saying, yeah.
some people actually come to an
But
agreement.
if they're both
Most-
cheating, it's an open marriage, basically. is what you're
Yeah, I mean, most men can't cheat. Women are out cheating men nowadays. You know, there's new
No,
studies. Yes,
really?
they are. Yes, they are. They're out drinking men too.
saying. Oh yeah.
I think most of the
that.
things that women say about men, women are.
Back to
Well, I think
Goebbels
yes,
again.
yeah,
Back to
yeah. I mean,
Goebbels.
I think you're right. Because a lot of women will have a glass of wine in the evening.
Have you seen the size of the
might be at
glasses
the
now? They're
pub.
like that.
Yeah, women.
And it could be quite easily a bottle a night.
I mean, women always say the men are these alcoholic abusers. Like that's what I always hear, and they always say they're deadbeats. That's another one. I think there's more female deadbeats than male deadbeats. I think women are more abusive than men. No, I do.
Have the dating apps made things worse? Because women can go out, they've got a much more selection. It's easy
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, because you
infidel.
turn again, like, you know, a woman would turn 18 or 20, whatever, you know, and their options would be the high school or the town. Now it's anyone in the world, anywhere.
Who's 100 metres away.
Yeah, and if a girl's attractive enough, I mean, there'll be big name celebrities messaging her on Instagram.
Really?
Have you had that?
Oh no.
I bet you have.
Haven't you?
Yeah, didn't you get my message?
I mean, it's a way things are progressing. I mean, people used to get married. And,
It was an ownership
and,
thing,
and
wasn't
stay
it?
married
It was
for their entire lives. And
Yep, here in the West, there are definitely a lot more female deadbeats than men. And I'm not saying this because, and no, this is not sexist. This is just literally what the current overall Western debt rate says. Ill it is. And yeah, women are out cheating men right now, and the local STD rates are actually revealing that. They really are. I mean, heck, syphilis here in the West came back as a pretty much a Western woman-dominated illness. I mean, heck, I know a lot of feminists really hate passport bros like myself, but now that syphilis has come back as a Western woman-dominated illness, let's face it, is there really any real alternative to safely getting the birth rates up? Like, is there?
For a long, long time, till sadly she died. And I got married again because I met somebody I absolutely fell in love with. And I think if you fall in love with somebody, and I think a lot of people aren't lucky enough to actually fall in love, because sometimes falling in love, it's not just about sex, it's about the whole of the personality of the person, the vibe, the fact you almost feel like one when you're together. Excuse me, I'm getting emotional. No, I'm not.
That's beautiful, man.
It's perhaps people are now so wound up in their social media life, and everybody's going on, well, we're going to have to ban phones to people under 16.
Good luck.
It's never going to happen. It's
never.
absolutely never going to happen. What we need to do is learn to live with the added pressure of social media and deal with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, social media is affecting women.
Yeah.
So, women are the ones we're the ones choosing not to get married. So,
Yeah.
I'm just describing what's happening. I don't
Well,
sell...
men are choosing not to
don't-
get married as well. I think a lot of people are. They're just thinking, well, first of all, financially and the way the world's going, and you just think, well... and also, you can have quite a nice
But you'd
life
like to
without-
get married. Yeah.
And you want kids.
Do you want us to
I
ring
do.
him? Should we ring him and get him on?
He's
the
taking too long
no.
about it.
But we're not. But women are having children a lot later in life.
Yeah.
And that by the time you get to 60,
But they're more
you've got
balanced, the kids, then.
No, not
because you're sensible
necessarily.
when you're older. You don't have
No.
to bring them up. When you go at 18-year-old with the kids, they
You're
messed up
tired.
the kids.
when you're older.
Well, I would argue that men actually... I think women are the ones pushing off marriage, not men.
Yeah.
I think more men want to get married young than women.
Is it too easy to jump out of a marriage now? Should it be more difficult?
Well, women are paid to do it. So it's definitely not easy for a man to jump
What do you
out of
mean women are
marriage.
paid to do it?
I mean, women are given child support, alimony,
right,
and they
yeah.
can steal the children. They
And
can
the
take
house,
the
they get the
house.
house. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
modern marriage is a death sentence to many men. They have no idea what they're
one-sided.
signing. I'll give you an example. In California, if you find out, so let's say you're married.
Yeah.
You guys are. And at 5
We're
years...
not married, by the way.
Well,
It's a civil partnership.
at 5 years old, you find out that the child is not yours, that someone else is the father. You are still on the hook for child support,
Oh, my
regardless.
That's fraud.
Because the way that the law is written, it is in the best interest of the child, which defaults to the best interest of the mother.
God, that's terrible. I
And
mean,
there's-
that's just because she's basically committed fraud.
And this is literally how the average Western woman uses marriage for slavery. It is. Yeah, because like I said before on this channel, do I acknowledge that slavery is wrong and is moral? Of course I do. It was a very dark time in American history. Difference is, though, the men back then who participated in it, they were honest about their intentions. I cannot find a single chapter in any country's history where men would try to cover up slavery as a marriage that they had zero to no intentions of actually committing to. But here in the West, we're seeing that all the time as a direct result of the feminist movement, and it's actually being reinforced. It really is.
Out of three, and it's I think guys, you really DNA. If you're watching this, DNA test your kids.
Yeah.
You know, a DNA test center.
Unless they look like them, and it's obvious.
One out of she might have an ex that looks like you.
Yeah,
I mean,
true. They often do
usually
like the
have a
same
type.
looking people. Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I mean, one out of at DNA testing centers, 1 out of 3 comes back that it's not the
one out of 3.
1 out of 3.
What is that, California, or is that?
No. This I think this one was out of Kentucky, but the numbers are similar.
Wow.
Some people argue it's not that high, but what I've found
1
is
out of 3.
What I have found is that whenever there's information that makes women look bad and reduces female power, people want to suppress it. I think it's
Well, both your lads look like you, but then. But Phil Mitchell looks like you. Did you ever know Phil Mitchell? Did Melinda ever know Phil Mitchell from EastEnders in the past? Because they both look like you, your kids, don't they? So what's the future,
What about
man?
Harry Hill?
Harry Hill. I mean, is the future, is it the end of You're a pessimist, so you think it's all...
Yeah, no,
I'm
I like
a
those.
happy pessimist. I
Yeah.
think my life's going to be awesome.
You go with the flow.
I
I mean, you're getting a bit old now. I mean, I'm not being rude, but
Well,
you've
how
got
old
to
is
get
he?
this
Yeah.
together. What
Yeah.
are you, 28, 29?
27, rude.
Oh, not bad.
Pretty
Tell her how
good.
you can judge the age of a woman.
I'm not going
hands,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
to. You tell them.
He used to...
I used to do
well, it was like a
okay.
tree. You count the rings on their neck, is what he used to say.
How old are you guys?
How old do you think?
85.
No, but it's showbiz age. I mean, yeah, you're bang on, but well, you're a bit low.
What, 85
No.
you think he's
30.
85?
Yeah,
37.
72. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. I would say like 67, 65,
She's humouring you.
Come on.
and then 42.
No, that's good.
Humouring you.
No, that's good.
Humouring you. I'm
Nice one,
73.
And I'm
Oh, I was close.
68.
Oh, you're
You were-
68?
No, not. No.
He's 54 or something.
Oh, wow.
I'm 50 something.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're quite old.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, one of us
We're
is
quite
very
old.
old. And
I mean, this conversation is going nowhere. I don't know what we're talking about our age. We're talking about marriage is out of date. Marriage is finished. There isn't going to be any more. And voting...
we talked about that. She doesn't think women should vote.
No, I know. Pearl said earlier, no.
Well,
women
I'm
should
sort of a
have the vote.
compromise. I think if a woman's married, the man should have 2 votes. Don't you think that would be... Well,
Yeah, that's better than what we have now.
I was in the papers once saying you should only get the vote if you earn 50 grand or more.
Yeah, then a
And you
lot of
can get-
women would be eliminated
Well,
too.
no, because you get 2 women on 25 going club together and get 1 vote, I think.
Well, I think, and will be very strange, I've got more experience than both of you. So I think men and women are equal, but they are equal in different ways. So there are some things men can do better than women, and there are lots of things women can do better than men. But there are also things that they can't do.
What can women do better than men?
Crochet.
Doubt it.
Knitting.
Doubt it.
Very, very good at business, quite a lot of them.
No.
No, you're
That's
just
it.
making a...
Well, I'm willing to compromise on the subject myself. I think if women really do want the right to vote, they should be legally obligated to sign up for a selected draft. Because last time I checked, that's the responsibility that goes hand in hand with voting. And also, from my experience, I think the real reason why I think that's literally the problem we're dealing with right now as a result of the feminist movement is that women here in the West, you got what you want. You became equals to men. We gave you the benefits of equality. We just did not give you the responsibilities that go hand in hand with it. I think if women were to be given the responsibilities that go hand in hand with being equal to men from the very beginning, women would have a much different perspective of men. They really would. For example, when I tell women, like, hey, one of the reasons why I became a passport bro is because I very much easily discovered that the more legal protections a man has on his marriage, the better. The very idea that a man could hold a woman accountable for not committing to her end of a marriage contract, that idea I gave to so many women in the West created such an enormous feral-like reaction. It literally did. Like the very idea of a man holding a woman accountable for her behavior in any way whatsoever literally generates such an enormously huge feral reaction, as you can clearly see in my comment section. You really can. Don't believe me? Where do you think the phrase possessive and controlling comes from? Where do you think that comes from?
A lot of women
are better at certain
I
things,
have worked
business
for more women than men.
They're more honest. I find in business, women are mainly more honest.
Yeah.
Okay, what have women invented? Built? Like what's
I think
a
the X-ray was invented. The X-rays was invented by a woman, wasn't it?
I doubt it.
Marie Curie, didn't she? Marie Curie.
Oh, see, they always list that one, but the problem.
Oh, the woman who invented mobile phone.
This is what I always find.
Hold on.
There's
the
always
fact
a catch.
is, going back in time, women are inventing new drugs and coming up with new treatments for all sorts.
The inventor of software was Byron's daughter. What was her name? I can't remember, but she invented, with Charles Babbage, she invented the software for computers at 17.
Back in time, women didn't invent things because they had a different sort of job to
but that's
do.
a myth. I've seen 100-year-old films with women in doing degree walks. They were inventors of software, like I said. I can't remember her name. Byron's daughter, he never met her. There's been loads of women who have the X-ray woman. There's been great women warriors.
And the other thing is that even the fact that you guys are Googling it, it's
I'd normally remember.
All right, that's all we got time for today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Going to be speaking to a very special someone right now. See ya.